Well, you saw just a few moments ago the Joburg Mayor, Dada Morero, and officials from Rand Water giving that briefing on the impact of the latest round of maintenance of water infrastructure and the impact it could have on people living in Joburg. Dr. Ferrial is the Executive Director at Watercan, the NGO. Dr. Adam, good afternoon to you, and I really do appreciate the time. We keep being told why Rand Water is doing this. It needs to do the maintenance. I think we understand that. I hate to start here, but I have to ask, is it actually doing enough maintenance considering the state of Joburg's water systems?
Good afternoon, Stephen, and to all your viewers. Yes, I think we need to separate it out, right? Because Rand Water is the bulk water supplier, and I think in terms of their maintenance, they have been doing the required amount, the necessary maintenance. We saw that in 2024, we saw it in 2025. So I think that has been very important. But when you're looking at what you're saying in terms of the state of Joburg, then that is Joburg Water, where we're lacking the maintenance and absolutely not doing enough.
I'm going to come back to that in a second, but if Rand Water's been doing the right thing, why do they have to do it so often? I mean, I wouldn't have thought that in many cities around the world you switch off big sections for such a long time to do maintenance, or is that just common practice?
So I think what is happening is that, well, firstly, they do different things at different parts of the year. So I think generally there's 2 parts of the year, in winter and in summer, that they do these the maintenance, and they do different things that they're dealing with. So whether it's pump stations, whether it's in this instances, it's the big, the big pump stations like Eikenhof, and before that we saw even the Zekerbos, all of those. But I think what is happening in Joburg specifically, and maybe Gauteng, is that because our local municipality infrastructure is so fragile, that anything that the bulk supplier does impacts directly on us. And that is why we're feeling it. In a normal situation, we should not be feeling the impacts. Our reservoirs should be able to have bulk storage to get us through these maintenance sections, but we don't. We don't have that at all. Our reservoirs, in terms of Joburg Water, half of them are leaking, some are on bypass. So you have a direct feed from the Rand Water system, and so if they shut down, we feel it directly.
So I presume then that this takes us back to the situation in Joburg, just not enough investment over many years, and surely people like yourself and others have been sounding warnings for a very long time, and it seems that the people who run the city, some of them have only realised how big the problem with Johannesburg Water is now.
Absolutely, and I think you're right. We have been saying this for a long time, and what I'm seeing now is that because we're going into a local government election year, that a lot more kind of work is being done to actually fast-track some of the activities.
So that might be done, might be the reason. Does Joburg actually have enough water to fix the problems? I mean, does it have enough money to fix the problems that it has?
No, it doesn't. In fact, when in the briefing, the mayor said that Joburg Water needs about 3 billion. We've been saying that for about 3 years, that Joburg Water needs a budget of 3 billion. The last budget increase was about 500,000. It's not going to do much. But the other concern is that while there's a budget of about 1.7 billion for Joburg Water, they don't have the money in their account. And so there's this kind of telling people that we need to increase the budget. But even with the little budget that they do have, they have no control over that budget. What we saw last year towards September, October, November is that Joburg Water was unable to pay about 203 contractors. So, and about 1 billion rand at the end of October. So you do see this kind of, they're saying they need to increase the budget, but the money that they've budgeted for is not sitting in the account so that Joburg Water can actually do the work that they need to do.
So it's quite strange because on the one side you have the mayor himself at this briefing today, even though it's a Rand Water action, as you say, and the only reason it affects us is because of the poor quality of the infrastructure in Joburg. But he's at the briefing, he's speaking at the briefing on the one side. That would suggest that he's taking this very seriously. But you really understand political choices through where money is budgeted to be spent. From what you say, the money isn't being budgeted to be spent.
No, in fact, it's budgeted on paper, but there's no money in the account. So over and over for the last 4 or 5 months of 2025, Joburg Water had no money to pay contractors. And I think that is the urgency. That's where we need to see political intervention and we need to see political will happening. The mayor talked about getting loans and getting loans for 3 billion. I'm glad to say that some of the, even Treasury are saying we will release loans only if you ring fence the funding for water and sanitation, so that you can't move around the money and can't use it on other aspects of the city rather than what it was prescribed to be used for.
Thank you very much indeed. Really do appreciate the time. Dr. Ferrial Adam is the Executive Director at Watercan.